Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here, and the numbers are in for the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. So let's talk about what's going on, but here's what I can say to you. The news is pretty good. We're moving the right way. So let's have a look at some of these numbers. If we look at sales, we're looking at January through May. The number of sales, we had 784 in January. We went to 782. Went to 1221 in March, went to 1383 in April, and 1517 in the month of May, which means our sales were up roughly 10%, okay, in May over April. Now, what about active listings? You can see we had 6,000, went to 6,400, okay, 7,000, 78, almost 8,000, and now we're at 8,500. So what happened? Our inventory went up by 8.1%. Our sales went up by 9.7%. And that's all good news, and here's why. Because the strength of a market is determined by months of inventory, which is the next one we're going to talk about. Because if I take 5,995, the active listings, and I divide the amount of sales, that tells me my months of inventory. How many months could we go if we didn't list another house? Now, 4 to 6 is a balanced market. Above 6, generally speaking, is going to be more of a seller's or a buyer's market. Below 4 is going to be more of a seller's market. So look at your months of inventory, and this is all the good news right here. We started the year at 7.6, buyer's market. Went to 6.5, buyer's market. 5.7 moved into a balanced market, right? Good news. 5.7, balanced market. 5.6, balanced market. So what I love here is I see that the sales are up percentage-wise more than the listings. That will cause this number to start coming down. What about the last 3 years? 2017, you did 2,700 sales in the month of May. 2017, we went down to 1,758. Okay, and now 1,517. So our sales obviously are down. Let's look at our months of inventory. 2 years ago, 1.9, right? Crazy, crazy hot market. You remember it, right? And then we went to 3.8. And of course, now we went up to 5.6. However, even though it's gone up, what again encourages me is what's been happening so far this year. We're starting to move the right way. What about prices? We were 740 in May of 2017, 787, which would make sense because remember, months of inventory was down, prices will go up. And of course, with months of inventory have been in sort of above 6 into the buyer area, that means that our prices are probably going to go down, which they have. But I think we're going to start to see prices balance out now month to month for the next little while. And possibly we might even get down to about 4 months of inventory as we move forward. So let's have a look at this. Now, I think this is really cool to show buyers because my theory is right now, a lot of buyers out there in the Fraser Valley, they're probably going, well, is it a good time to buy? Should I be waiting, right? You know, prices seem to be a little bit weak. All the newspapers, they're talking about what's going on and it's not good. And I'm going, no, this is the time to get off the fence. And here's why it's a time to get off the fence. Because your months of inventory is dropping. The trend line is moving this way right now, which is very, very good. And by the way, your prices are lower this year than they were last year. However, if you look at most 10-year periods, you're going to see a rise in price, okay, especially in Vancouver, especially in the Fraser Valley, especially in the big cities like Toronto, because a lot of immigrants end up there. So what's happening, if I take 2009, your price was $400,000. Let me go forward 10 years, which would bring us to 2018. We were sitting at 786, right? Almost doubled, right, in that period of time. Well, let's take another 10-year period. Let's take here 2010. Let's go to 2019, where we're 450. If we double that, that would be 900,000. We're 726. So we're not quite there because prices have come down. But what I'm saying, if you're talking to buyers, then what's going to happen over a 10-year period, you're going to see a substantial increase in price. Now, there's going to be periods where your market just goes up and up and up, right? Like this. And then there's going to be periods where your market's here and it goes down a little bit, where it's here and goes down a little bit. You know, balances out. That's okay. That's called, real estate, the way real estate works. But what you want to do is be sharing valuable information with buyers and sellers right now, especially the buyers, and showing them this is a time to get off the fence. Why? Number one, our prices are lower, which is good. The trend line in months of inventory shows us we're starting to move down. We're now into a balanced market, moving more towards what possibly could turn into a stronger balanced market or maybe even a seller's market. Who knows, right? But what we know, if we're now in a balanced market, what do we know about prices, right? They're not going down. So if they're not going down, and we're probably not going to go back up there because we're recovering from all of the changes that have taken place between stress testing, between rate increases. Come on, rates are actually down. Many banks have been lowering their rates. It is a good time to be buying real estate in Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. And I think you got to take that attitude and that philosophy with this type of content, and you got to be taking it to buyers. And what I also know is this: the day of the order taker in real estate is over. Come on, when the market was good, you could be an order taker, right? Hey, buyers were self-motivated because they didn't put an offer in, they weren't going to get it, there's going to be multiple offers, right? That sort of thing. Hey, prices were going up, all conversation with sellers were good. Well, that's not the case anymore. Now we got to go out, we got to take evidence like this, we got to sit down with buyers, we got to sit down with sellers, and we got to help them make the right decision. And in a lot of cases, we didn't have to do as much of that in the past, but we definitely have to do it now. And here's what I know for sure. The coaching members that we work with that are killing it, I mean killing it this year, right? They're killing it because they're getting out into the market as salespeople and they're helping people make decisions that normally might not have made a decision. They're not order takers, they're professional, skilled salespeople. So I hope that was helpful, just that conversation, and I will see you again next month. In the meantime, remember everybody, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.